Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of 3 of our CFM6 billing series. Today we're going to go over a little more in depth in the billing screen. Let's get started. On the left side here, we have all of your customers. Go ahead and choose your customer, and here on the right lists all the invoices for that customer. Select an invoice and you will be able to view all the shipments that are on that invoice. You can filter out accounts with open invoices. You can also view accounts with pending invoices, which are accounts that have unprinted invoices. And you can also view all accounts. You also have filters up top here. You can show pay invoices, open invoices, or all invoices. Here we're going to go over moving lines. Move lines is going to allow you to move a shipment from one invoice to another. You can right-click the shipment and hit Move Lines. You can also hit Control-Shift on your keyboard to choose multiple shipments to move. It will automatically pull up the customer account you're working with, and if you hit Load Invoices, it's going to pull up all the invoices for that customer. Since I want to move these shipments from its current invoice onto a new one, I would hit the Create New Invoice button. Choose the new invoice and click Move Lines. You can now see the invoice with the shipment we moved on them. You can also use Move Lines if you've accidentally added shipments to the wrong invoice or customer. You can go ahead and choose the shipment, Move Lines, then you can navigate here to the correct customer account. Another option you have is to send back to review. If you right-click and hit Send Back to Review, you'll get a prompt to confirm that you want to send it back to review. Once you hit Yes, it will take your shipment off the invoice and send it back to the review screen. Note that when you do send it back to review, the shipment will then be highlighted in yellow. Heading back to the billing screen, you can also manually add shipments onto an invoice. Go ahead and select your invoice, hit the New button down below, and it will take you to the shipment entry screen. Now when you add a shipment directly from the billing screen, all you need are the requirements to save the shipment. Go ahead and hit Save. Shipment will be completed, and you will now see the added shipment on your invoice. From this screen, you can also consolidate shipments. Let's go ahead and choose all of these shipments. Right-click and hit Consolidate Shipments. From here, we have 3 options. You can consolidate all the shipments per weight. You can consolidate all the shipments and rate all the charges on one job, zero the rest. From here, you can choose freight charge only or accessorial as well. Finally, you can prorate charges across all shipments based off of your weight. We also have our online help link that contains information on how to consolidate shipments. Head over to Help and Online Help. You can also manually create invoice in the billing screen by hitting Create New Invoice. You can move or add shipments onto this invoice, or you can delete it as well. We have this order: BA, PR, and PO, batch, print, and post. All invoices go onto a batch when they're first created. When they're printed out, they get removed from the batch and are marked printed. When they're ready to be posted and you post them, they go onto the posted checkbox. You can also click on an invoice and click the batch button to add or remove it from the batch. Batch is pretty much a temporary group for printing. You can also print out your invoice summary by clicking the print button and print it to the screen to view it. You want to go ahead and print batch invoices. Go to Process, Print Batch Invoices. Here's again where we see the invoice cycle that you can choose. This is where you group your customers for an invoicing cycle. Now the default option that is selected is to print all invoices marked as batched. This will take all your invoices marked as batch and print them out. You have the option to print the invoices with an invoice date on or before a specific date range. This is where you can have a cutoff date. This option here allows you to change the date on an invoice when printing it out. Now move shipments with a completed date greater than. This allows you to have clean cutoff dates with your shipment dates and invoice dates. If you use this cutoff, you can control a certain month's invoice. This will allow you to have precise cutoffs for your billing periods that can accurately match up with your reporting. Print backup paperwork allows you to print the paperwork you have scanned in behind the invoice. Now when you go to print, make sure you have your company selected. Hitting print will print out the invoices for all your customers you have set up in their customer account to print. You get a notification that batch printing is complete. Hit close. Now you will see this prompt to process the outbound queue. If you have your customer set up with printing to email, this will pop up and allow you to process the emails. You can do it through here, or you can go over to Reports and Batch Email Gallery. Click the link that says Show Report Queue dialog. Check off which invoices and emails you want to send out and hit Run Reports. Now you can check what invoicing printing method your customer has by going to File, Customers, head over to Billing Options, and we have the invoice batch method. You can set to print an email, print, or email. It's important to note that the email is going to send out through your own personal email that you set up here in Crown. You go to File, Preferences, User Preferences, head over to Email Settings, and it will go off of the email settings that you have here. The next step would be to post the invoice. You can do it one of two ways. Choose your invoice and hit the Post button, or head over to Process, Batch Post Invoices. Here you can choose to batch post invoices that fall under this criteria. You can also choose to post invoices from a certain date range. Go ahead and hit Post. "11 invoices have been successfully posted." That's it for our second installment of CFM6 billing. Stay tuned for our third and final part. Thanks for watching.